Hello everyone. This is a very short overview of the Content Fusion content management storage solution. The Oxygen Content Fusion allows you to safely store, edit, review and publish structured documents. And it's a short 10-minute overview of this system because I figured that you don't have much time to spend on videos, and maybe I don't have much time preparing videos. But if you want to see a longer version of this overview, on the Oxygen XML blog, I have a Content Fusion Cloud CMS overview where I present about the same things that I'm going to try in this video. Content Fusion started some years ago as a review solutions. So a solution intended for subject matter experts and other writers to review the content written by particular writers. So it has very good review capabilities, and around these review capabilities we built a CMS, which also has quite an interesting array of capabilities. So there are two types of Content Fusion server. The enterprise solution is a server that you install on your own cloud solution, on your own server's database. And the cloud solution is a type of CMS that we keep on our side for you. So we keep an organization or multiple organizations running on our servers to serve your particular company. And to show you how Content Fusion looks from the start, and I will open a private window. And in a private window, when you open Fusion at oxygenxml.com, you can create a new organization. And the organization ID becomes part of the URL that you will use to work with Content Fusion or connect to an organization or find a particular organization. What's important is that you get 30 days trial with the Content Fusion cloud solution. So, as a difference from other CMSs, you can try the solution without writing to us or without having special procedures. So you go to this page, you create your own organization for demo purposes, and then you go through the trial. And I have created my own organization here, and my organization is Radu Coravu Rules. And I will show you a bit about my profile. So the profile, I'm the admin of the organization, so I have a name and email. The current language of the user's interface. This is the organization name. And here are very email notifications rules that I can check these or uncheck these depending on how I want to be emailed when various events, important events happen in the system, events mostly connected to review capabilities. So what else? I can manage my organization. So I see the members in my organization, and the members are actively divided in two roles: authors and subject matter experts. So for each of these people in my organization, I can change the role and I can see the assigned role and if they're active or not. And I have a number of seats that I can fill in my organization. In my case, a maximum of 5 seats. And these are the author seats, and the subject matter expert seats are about 25 seats that I can use. And of course, I can invite new members to participate in my organization. The number of seats is determined by my subscription status. I have, for example, a trial subscription, and my subscription has a certain plan. So here you can see that you can submit to use a certain plan for your organization, and each plan, we have the team, the business and corporate plan, and the team of business plans, you can just they're fixed priced and it's quite clear what the price is. Each plan comes with a storage capability and the capability to build publications and the capability to start asynchronous workers to do that build process, and a number of gigabytes of network traffic. For example, the business plan allows you to have scheduled publishing builds. So when you compare it to the team plan, and there's also the corporate plan where we discuss. It's an open discussion about maybe you want us to host a particular server for you. So I'm in the team organization right now with a maximum of 5 author seats and 25 subject matter experts, and I'm using a number of megabytes from my original 5 gigabytes plan. Usually I authenticate to the Content Fusion CMS using the GitHub sign on, but you can also authenticate with the Google or an organization specific open authentication procedure. And there are various email domains that you can add as to allow people from this domain to sign up even if uninvited if you want. On the security part, you can allow various external websites to connect to Content Fusion if you trust these websites. And here you can see how much space each of my project takes, and a couple more settings like my organization ID, and if I want to allow AI features in my particular organization, and I want that, and I can also delete my organization. Moving on to projects. As you see, I already have a couple of projects added. So I'm working usually on the Oxygen XML blog using Content Fusion. I also have the Oxygen users manual here if I want to make documentation changes and the project that I've been working on. So I can see here on all the projects in the organization, and here I can see all the review tasks in the organization. And let's start by creating a new project. And it will be a project about a software, a sample software documentation project. So I have here the possibility to create an empty project, a software documentation starter, and a couple of project templates that I can use just to see how Content Fusion works. So the first thing which appears here is the publication map, and here I can see the table of contents, and Content Fusion is at base is it can store any kind of data inside, but it's mostly focused towards the data XML standard. So in the publication map I have combinations of data map and data filter. So here I can have multiple combinations, and for each combination I can switch the context, and I can see how the data map corresponding to the publication is filtered out. And here I can make changes. I can add new topics, and for example, let's try to add a new topic. And the new file templates allow you to create various data XML types of topics like concept, reference, task, and so on. And you can also create markdown files and use them along with the data XML content. And you have a publication, you can open files from it and start typing. And Speaking of typing, you have lots of helper. So you have lots of helpers. You have the find replace dialog, which helps you to find content. You have the spell checker. Um, what else? You can save the entire document and download it. You can choose the style for the document from no, from a variety of styles. Um, you have the regular data XML bold, italic, underline actions. You have the possibility to insert references to other files and to elements inside those files. And then to navigate the references, you can insert image references. So you can find an image and insert a reference to it. Then insert sections, insert other concept tasks inside the current file, insert note, code block, and so on. But with data, there are lots of elements. So in general, you can just press enter and you have available the entire set of data vocabulary from which to choose from. And you can also insert keys, so insert key references. Maybe I want to insert the product name here, and this will be expanded to the name of my product. Or maybe I want to insert a link to a certain website which is defined as a key in the data map. So in the data map here, you have various keys which point to various small pieces of text or to links, which then can be reused in the topics. And then I can I can insert content references. So I can go to the reusables and find maybe sections that I want to reuse in my particular topic. The usual actions to insert list items, tables, and but of course you can also review documents, so you can enable change tracking, and all the changes that you make and the insertions and deletions are then part of the document. And you have here on the side you have the review view, where you can see all the changes in the document. You can also select content and other comment here, just to show how this works. What else do we have on the side? The find replace panel, the validation panel. If we, for example, add an error, like an invalid ID, the validation should catch up and report this error in the document. So yeah, and also I showed you the attributes view. It shows you the default attributes and all other attributes which are set on these elements here. So I have this project. What's great about Content Fusion is that you can connect a project like this to a Git repository. So I have this Git repository here, and I will try to connect the project to it. So it's an empty repository, and then I go to settings, and I will link my repository to this Git repository. And let's hope my token works. So this is my Git access token, my username, and so on. Let's try to find the proper token for that. So we're back. I just need to find the proper access token, and I've just connected my Circle Chat demo project to the Circle Chat GitHub repository here, and now I can see here all the changes which are done in my project. Let me show you. So let's say I make changes, and whatever changes are made, I can see them in the changes side view, and then I can commit them, and these changes should automatically appear as part of the Git repository that I created a couple of minutes ago. So this is kind of cool, right? You have a Git repository which is always synchronized with your changes. Let's explore this further. So in your project you have branches, and you have the main branch on which maybe everyone is working, but it's more ideally you should create branches for your changes. So you have maybe a feature X branch, and on this branch I can make changes particular to feature X. And then whenever I commit changes, these changes will not be part of the main branch. So if we go here and refresh, right, so we have the feature X, but the main branch has not been updated to contain these changes. We have the files, so this type of branching allows you to, to create features, to work on them for a while with your colleagues, and then maybe merge a certain feature in the current branch. So then I can go to the main branch and say, what do I want to merge in the current branch? I want to merge the feature X. And as you saw, now the feature X branch is merged into the main branch. So this allows you to work independently for a while on another branch. What other side views we have? We have the file side view, which shows all the files in the project. We have the changes side view, which should show all the changes that are made to particular files in the project. And the problem side view should show me all the problems gathered from the entire project. And these problems can include, for example, broken links. They can include invalid XML content and so on. And here I have that invalid change that I added previously. With the search view, I can search in the entire project for files matching certain keywords. And in a future release, which is coming quite soon, we'll have more functionality coming to the search view. So in the search view right now you have searching content and all the reviews done in the entire project, but we will have more side views to insert keys, media, and other resources. And here is the AI positron side view, and this adds AI capabilities to your project. So why these AI capabilities? Here we go. Well, AI positron comes with a lot of AI actions, and it has so much functionality, and you can use it on the current file, or you can use it to make changes in the entire project. Like an improved readability, and here you have all the chat modes which can be used, and it has support for skills. So for example, it loaded a certain skill to do the improved readability action, and here you have all the models that you can use as part of the positron service capabilities. And as you saw, it made changes, and these changes can be viewed in the diff view. And here are all the content changes that the improved readability did in the current paragraph. And here you have all the chat modes. So you have the agent mode, capable of doing changes in multiple files, data agent targeted towards data, the planner, which can start sub-agents, the personas, which creates a personas roundtable if you want multiple points of view to be used when reviewing content. What you can do with the A positron is also the fact that you can drag and drop PDFs and Word documents here and have them converted to, to data XML, for example. Um, what else? The review tasks. Let's start a new review task. So we have these changes here, but I do not want to commit them directly, so I will create a review task. And I have all my changes here, and I click create, and this is my review task. And then I can share this review task with subject matter experts or other people in my organization, and they will be able to see my work and to perform various changes on the content that I've written, or to leave comments. The cool thing about reviews is that Oxygen Desktop is also integrated with Content Fusion. So you install an add-on in Oxygen Desktop, and here we go, Content Fusion Tasks Manager. It sees the review task, and you can delete the task, or you can get the changes locally in Oxygen and work like this. So you can work with Oxygen directly connected to a Git repository and create review tasks from Oxygen directly by drag and dropping here, or you can use the Oxygen Content Fusion project side view and have access directly to the Content Fusion CMS and make changes this way. Once the review task is finished, and you have all the feedback necessary, you make the changes and close the review, and then start the integration process, which will allow you to see and accept all the changes coming from your other colleagues in the company. The review task allows you to see the task activity, to search in only in the review, and also it has the A positron add-on here, and it has various ways to work with the review task. For example, we have concurrent editing, allowing multiple people to work on the same document at the same time, but you can disable this if you want. You can allow people to edit the review task, or only to suggest changes using change tracking, or with comments, and you can also delete the review task. So once the review task is integrating in my circle chat project, it has been committed directly to my Git repository. Here we go, we have the review task committed, and if we look here in the changes view, it has a history where we can see all the changes made in the project. And the cool thing is that you can also create deliverables here. And we have a bunch of deliverables already created here. And so you click new deliverable, you give it a name and description, and then choose the publication. And if I were to have a more expensive cloud solution, I could also trigger the build automatically, maybe each day at midnight, for example. And then I pick the deliverable type, and right now we can only pick web help and PDF. Select a template from the list, and I want also to deploy the output, and I could deploy it on multiple places, maybe on Amazon S3 with an FTP server on Netlify, but I will deploy it on our own internal solution. So we have this deliverable here, and we'll start building it. And if I want, I can look at the log files. So this is the deliverable worker. It checks out the content from Content Fusion, and it gets to work. To work to create the web help deliverable in this case, or the PDF. We'll probably add more publishing capabilities later, and then once the deliverable is done, I can view it online on our own website. So this is quite nice, right? So again, on a deliverable, you can add multiple publications. You have all these cool connectors that I said that can connect directly to your web server and place the content there. And you have the status of execution, some metrics, and so on, how many builds have run. Um, Yeah, so for each project you have a settings, and here you saw that I connected it to my Git repository and my credentials, and I can change my token if it expires for some reason. And the great thing about Constant Fusion Cloud is that once you get on board with it, you'll benefit also of the new releases of all the new features that we're going to add. And we have multiple things that we're working on. We'll have, for example, translation using AI. We'll have lots of improvements to the UI and so on. Um, as I showed you, Oxygen XML Desktop has a special integration with Content Fusion. You can work on topics directly from the Content Fusion website and save them directly there. You can create review tasks or finalize tasks or get the changes for a particular task. Thank you for watching this demo. As usual, if you have any questions, we are available to help more. And as I showed you, the blog post about Content Fusion Cloud should cover more about what this cloud version of our CMS can do for you. Thank you and goodbye.